Hey, for Florida, it's hot as Hades out here. Sometimes it's good to go out in the heat and just work really hard because then it's just like you and the elements, not people gaslighting you, triangulating you, and trying to destroy you. Work really hard on the farm and do a lot of stuff that usually two people would do, but I've chosen to live on my own because the people that I was with were narcissistically abusing me. So I had to leave, unfortunately. And for years, I stayed in that relationship because I wanted to make it work. I didn't know about narcissism. I didn't know about triangulation, gaslighting, trauma bonding, and all those lovely terms of narcissistic abuse. Once I left, I didn't have any assistance from the narcissist that I was married to. He was always traveling, and I stayed home with the kids. I gave up my good job, and he did not assist me in the first 2 years afterwards when I had my kids in special schools at two different places where I had to drive. So therefore, I went into some debt, and to keep my kids from being all screwed up and moving out of schools, I should have moved them earlier. In hindsight, you know how hindsight's 2020. Should have moved them earlier. But my goal at the time was not to traumatize them as much as I thought they would get, from, getting moved around. I was moved around as a child. I was in a narcissistic parent situation when I was a child and moved several times. And I lived in poverty. So I didn't want that for my kids. So I played the fool and drove them around and only got a part-time job that paid minimum wage. And then once I did decide to put them in the other schools and have more time, I went out and I tried to look for a job. And I'm in a right to work state, Florida, as several people call it, right to fire state. And I have a college degree. I have a bachelor's of arts degree. And so I went out and I tried to work. I tried to use my degree, and everybody's like, oh, that degree doesn't mean shit, It doesn't mean anything. And then I got jobs as bartender, server jobs, got highly abused in these situations for being an older woman than the 20-something girls that were working with me. And of course, they called them all girls, including myself when I'm 50-something, They're calling me a girl. Another degrading moment in time. And I noticed that it's so bad out there about women in employment. And if you stay at home with your kids and want to have your kids have a good life, and you give up your time and have breaks of employment. I had a break of employment. It's like 15 years. You're starting out with people that are 25. It's terrible what happens. As the person that you were married to that you left that was, verbally abusing you, emotionally abusing you, financially abusing you, that person has been working steadily the whole entire time and making money. They don't have to have breaks of employment. They move up the ladder. Of course, they'll bitch and moan about when you get divorced and have to, when they have to pay you alimony or child support. They'll say that you're a user. They'll say you're a money grubbing, HLE, or that you're a gold digger, or that you're a terrible person, even though you've taken massive amounts of abuse while married. Another thing, you go out there. I didn't date, for a long time. And when I did, then I got with the homosexual kind of person. Didn't know it. That I was always bailing out. Oh, can you help me out with this? Can you help me out with that? And then you're like, you don't have any help. These people don't help you. They're just with you to benefit them, and they're probably having like 10 different other women treating them the same way. Like they're using other women as well, not just you. They have their secret compartmentalized lives. So right now, the economy is so bad. so bad right now, and the jobs are so bad. Nobody's making any money. Nobody's getting hardly anything to eat at this point, or the gas is so expensive to get to work, and then the pay is so bad. You're basically paying money just to go to work, and making nothing back. And then you got the fact that the electric bills have gone up. The gas is expensive. The food is expensive. You're getting squeezed left and right, every which direction. And then you're left behind, 15 years behind in employment history, And on top of it, they don't want to use your degree because their degree is worthless. Your Bachelor of Arts degree is worthless. So, what are you going to do in that situation? Are you going to fall down, or are you going to get back up? So you do what you had to do. You work 2 jobs, you work so much, and you're so just beat down, you can barely freaking get any sleep because you're working 2 jobs, 3 jobs. On top of that, you got your children to take care of. And now they're teenagers. And now your kids are talking to you like their father used to talk to you, and saying you're bad with money, you're immature, you're whatever. Now they're abusing you in the home. Now they're putting you down because they're learned behavior from their father. That's what they do. So I just want to make sure that when you go out there in the world and you step away from this narcissistic abuse, this is going to be the hardest test of your endurance in life that you've ever done in your life. If you are a mom with kids and you've left your employment for several years, be mentally prepared for more abuse. It's sad but true. They will target you at work. You will be the workhorse, and they will let the pretty younger women that are in their 20s get away with things. I'm not just saying this to be like, oh, la, la, la. She's just jealous because they're younger. I have literally had this happen to me. Not once or twice or 3 times, but several times. The marginalization of this behavior of women in the United States of America today is happening. Your worth is on your body and how you appear. That's what they want. They want you to be either the breeder at home, getting abused, or the HOE to give that to. There is just a wide divide on how women are treated. I want you to be mentally prepared for that. And I want you to be prepared for more narcissistic abuse in the workplace, more narcissistic, judgmental people. They will say, well, why did you leave this person? They made so much money. You had everything. You were the perfect family. But remember, they were not in the home when you were getting berated and put down. They were not in the home when you called and said, I don't have any money for gas to take my children to school. And then your husband, aka daddy figure, is giving you, the teenage figure, money. That's how far you're getting controlled. But they could do whatever they want with their money. You are just there to breed and stay at home and provide child care for your children. You are not an entity to respect. You must obey. And some people are going to be like, this is crazy that you're saying this stuff. I don't care. This is what happened to me. I don't want it to happen to others. Make a plan to get out. Make a plan to get out. Because it doesn't get any better. I have literally seen my friends stay with people, get autoimmune problems, get very sick, die earlier, go through mental health problems, Do not let someone control your life and destroy you. And do not let your children see a person like that talk to you in a disrespectful manner and abuse you in front of them, because then they will do it to you later when they're older. Remember that. I want you to be safe. I want you to thrive. I don't want you to feel like a victim. I want you to be a warrior and go on your own and not let anybody disrespect you as a human being, as a woman. Do that and be happy that you got out. And it's going to be hard. You're going to have to give up a lot of stuff in order to do that. But you know what? Having your freedom and not getting abused financially, verbally, emotionally, and there's relationships where you're getting beat up physically. Stay out and watch out for those men after that will use you as the mommy girlfriend, the homosexual type. Watch out for them, because they're targeting you next, because you haven't dated in years and they're like, oh, easy target. Watch that. Don't have a target on your back for that either. Stay alone, heal, get help, go to therapy, work. If you get in an abusive situation at work, get out, get another job. Get another job. And if they're abusive, get another job. Do not stay and be disrespected and put down and treated poorly by a stupid narcissistic person. That's all I had to say. And I'm beat down today because I feel like sometimes it doesn't matter what I do or what I say or where I go. There's always the judgy judges. Well, why didn't you stay? You had such a perfect family. Yeah. I'll tell you why I didn't stay. Because I'm not getting abused by anyone, anytime. Remember that. I know I'm a little angry today. It's had a lot on my plate, and it gets to you some days, worse than others. All right, everyone. I'm going to pray for everyone. If you're out of narcissistic abuse, stay out. If you're in it right now and you don't know how to get out, I'm going to pray that you get out. I'm going to pray that you have your freedom, that your children are not being subjected to this abuse, to learned behavior of abuse. Break that cycle, break that curse. And I will wish everyone the best. Cheers for Florida.